friends, Sanjeev here, and today I'm back with the topic check who visited your LinkedIn profile using Python. During this COVID lockdown, you might have observed that lots of visitors to your LinkedIn profile. Reasons could be numerous. For instances, like looking for like minded professionals, skills, looking for some job opportunities, referrals, or HR wants to contact you for a new opportunity. But you can just see 3 to 5 actual LinkedIn visitors who have viewed your profile recently, unless you use a premium member. Well, before going ahead, there is a disclaimer. This video is for educational purpose and you are going to use the code which I will show you as your own responsibility. Now you can see only these three or maybe 4 or 5 profiles, and then it will tell you like try free for 1 month. I mean, you need to basically convert yourself as a premium member to view who all have visited your profile. But what if I tell you that I have written a script, Python script, which can show you all the recent visitors to your LinkedIn profile without any cost or without being a premium member. Of course, being a premium member have other features as well, but for this purpose you don't need to be a premium member. So how I got this idea to write a Python script to view the profile of all the visitors, like it can be 10, 20, 25, of course more than these three people, right? I usually try to look for any kind of automation that can ease some of my work, especially in the security domain or any kind of automation work. So one day I saw one of my friend Prithvi shared in LinkedIn that if you actually view the page source of this summary page, and if you search by the first name, actually you can see all the visitors. And so I tried the same thing, but it was like really tough to go and search for all the first name, and there were lots of HTML encoding, so it was really tough. See, it looks the view source of the page looks like this, and finding first name would be really challenging here. So I just wanted to avoid that. And if I need to save the list of the visitors, then again there is a problem here that you have to do all these things manually. So I thought to write a script to parse the page source and get me those first name and last name and print it as a list. So now before moving towards the script, let's see what are all the prerequisites and what actually we need to do before writing the code. So here I am in the browser, and you see this is the one of the page source. So if I do first name, you see the count 16. And after this first name, it is not so easy to find who all have visited your profile. Like, it needs some time, right? So I want to avoid that, and I want to get that list in a easy way using Python. And it will save, of course, lots of time. So now what I need to do is I need to log into the page. I need to go to that profile views and get the page source, and then extract all those first name and list it. So that I will do using Python. So now you see, if you are trying to log in, so what you need to check here is do inspect and see if you are going to automate this form submission. What is the name here for this password field? It is session underscore password. So this will be, let's say, your key, and your value will be your password. And one thing is there, login CSRF param. So it is required, its value is required while you are submitting the login page. So let's say like you clicked on this sign in page, and at the top you can see TRK guest home page basic nav header sign in. Well, you will need it when you are automating the form. And in this form, you are having email ID or phone number, password, and that CSRF param. So all these 4 parameters you have to pass, you have to log in, and then you have to go to the profile views and then get the page source. So let's revise again what we are going to do. We'll log into our LinkedIn profile page, and then we'll go to profile views summary page. we'll get the source page of profile views summary, and we will look for the pattern, and then we will extract the data. So we'll use Python for that. So what are all the prerequisites before that? Of course, Python should be installed. Check using Python hyphen version if you are having Python 3 installed or not. Then pip should be working. Check again. Pip hyphen version should point to Python 3.x version. And we need two modules to make our script working. First is requests module. So use pip install requests. And we need beautiful soup 4 as well to get those gibberish content into a proper HTML content. And then we will extract the text of all those HTML content using beautiful soup 4. So without further delay, let's go to the code. And before that, I would request you guys to like and subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet, because it will praise actually the hard work of authors who are trying very hard to publish such informational videos for you. Let's go to the terminal. Well, I'm in the terminal now, and I will open a program called LinkedIn profile views.py. Don't worry, I will share the link of fully working code in the description. So this code is easily readable, and I will also explain in a very precise way. So you see, you need import request to request those URLs, and you need beautiful soup to get the content and again get the text from those HTML contents. On the top of that, you will use regular expression to get the particular first name and last name from lots of texts. I'm using import get pass for passing password if you are opting for online option. And sys is again just to check like you are passing the parameters properly or not. Well, I also credited a few people before working on that. This script is to list the LinkedIn viewers for your profile. And again, I'm thanking to Prithvi for sharing this idea. I also thank to one of my friends, Sujay, for validating the script and output. Now, it is a web scraping. You are going to get the data from a website, so it might not work if LinkedIn changes the code tomorrow, or LinkedIn may block your IP too if you run this script more often. So I would say like run just for testing purpose or run it for offline purpose. I will show you how to avoid more often testing online thing. Well, this script will ask for credentials if you pass online in argument, and if you pass offline in argument, then it will tell you to get the page source, which is here, content of this page source, and pass that in parameter. So first I have written a function like get info online, and again there is something called get info offline. So before that, all are those functions, right? So the code will actually start working from here, and it will check how many arguments you are passing. It should be greater than 2 or equal to 2. And again, you see the regular expression, and it is matching like if you opted for online, right? Then it will call get info online function. If you are passing offline argument, then it is also checking if you have passed the next argument or not, like the page summary source content page, right? And then it will call get info offline with the file name. And this all if else condition is there. For example, you are not passing anything, or if it is not in a proper shape, like you are not passing online, you are not passing offline, then you will get some error like it requires file name. And if, for this if elif, and then this is else condition. So if it is not online, not offline, then it will tell you it should be either it should be online or offline. And if you are not passing any argument, then it will show you this it needs at least an argument. Now we'll go and we'll see this function get info online. So I am in this function. Of course, this function will ask you, as I have shown you in the page right here, username, password. So you have to get all these things. So you have to get your username like email ID, and then password. So now here I want to make the password just look like it's a Linux prompt. so nobody would be able to see your password, and you are not hard coding here in the code. So you need these two things. Now you see, I'm just using this constant URL, homepage, linkedin.com. As you might have seen, like first I went to login page, and then I clicked on sign in, right? So this is the login page, and this is your login URL page where I'm going to submit the content. And this is my profile views. Once I logged in, I have to get the content of this page to get the profile viewers. So now I am leveraging, there is a request module in which there is a session method. So I'm using this because I have to log in and I have to persist that session so that I can go and view this page and I can get the content of this page. So I'm using client.get and requesting the homepage URL, which means this dot content. And why I'm using this? Because I want to get the login CSRF param. If you remember, I have told you a few minutes before that I need to pass this to make this login page working. So I'm getting that, and then I'm looking for input parameter, and in that name should be login CSRF param, and get the value of that field. I'm saving it in a CSRF. Now I am just building what all data I have to pass it as a post argument. Of course, I need to pass email ID. So this is my email ID and this is password, which I got it from here. And these are the keys. You saw that in input field, this was the name, session underscore key, session underscore password, login CSRF param with the value. And you see this TRK guest homepage basic sign in submit. You will see it here. So it gives the feel to the LinkedIn that someone is coming from the home page to this page, and this TRK is also there, and CSRF parameter is also there. Now I will create a post parameter. So client.post, and I'm passing this login URL where like I'm going to submit this with this data. If it gets successful, now you see I'm not checking if it is actually successful or not. So you can fine tune this code. You can write a try except block here, and you can check if I have successfully logged in. If I have logged in, then proceed, otherwise throw some error. So that fine tuning you can do. Now as I have logged in, and then I am trying to get the profile viz URL content, which is nothing but this summary page content. This content will be again gibberish, something like this. So then I need to use beautiful soup to make this code just like a pure HTML. Okay, and for that I have again written another function called process and print, and I'm passing the row content value. So why I have created this process and print function? Because I need to use this function for this online also and for this offline purpose also. Because once you are here, the content of this is nothing but this one. And same content I am saving in a text file and I'm passing this here, which means both the places, the content are same. So this function will work for both the options, either it is online or offline. Now for offline purpose, what I have written is check. I mean, here I'm using try and catch block because I'm going to open this file, right? And possibly this file might not be there, or I might not have permission. So I need to use try and accept block. And if it is successful, then get the content here, and then call this function with this content, which is similar to online way, right? So you can opt for online. If you're opting for online, it will look for username, password, and all these things it will do. Otherwise, if you don't want to log in more often, you just go log in through browser, get this page content, save it, and run this program offline. Now what this process and print function does, well, it gets that raw content. It's using beautiful soup to convert this raw data as a HTML parser. Now I am looking for this code. First of all, it should be code, and inside that it should be BPR-GUID. Now, how I got this? Well, I tried to get the first name. Okay, so there are many first name, right? So if you see this code block is there, and this all contents are inside this, which means if I search for this code, and if I search for id equal to bpr-guid, I can possibly get all those first name and last name. So what I did is I just copy pasted here and saw there are 11 such instances. So possibly out of this 11, some of them will have first name and last name, some of them might not have. So what I will do is I will save all this content as a list, and then I will loop through this to get the first name and last name. So if there is no bpr-guid under this code tag, then say like possibly wrong creds or data, please check credentials or retry it. If you get it, now what I'm doing is, as I got as a list, because I'm using find all, so it will return a list. Now this has, as I saw, like there will be 11 instances. So I'm just writing a for loop here. I'm stringifying it, and then I'm again using a regular expression. Well, again, this regular expression is what this regular expression is doing. It is looking for the first name, and after that there is a double quote, there is a colon, there is a double quote, and I need to capture the first name from here, I need to capture the last name from here, right? And I need to get that in profile search. So if it matches first name and last name, it will give you here. And then what you can do is, if there is a match, you pass that in final viewer list, save that in this list. Well, this will give you a tuple. I will again show you like what we are doing with this first name and last name. So you see here, once the for loop is done, and we saw like if first name and last name is matching anywhere, we are having a list ready with the first name last name as a tuple. And then what I'm doing is I'm using a map function with this space. I'm joining it with this list, final viewer list, which is nothing but a tuple. So this map is running on this, and there will be two values, first name and last name. So it is mapping this using the space, so that it should look like a full name for you when you are going to print it. And then I'm saving it as a list. So now I have list ready here, but there can be some duplicate value as well. So what I'm doing is I'm using set to get only the unique first name, last name, I mean the viewer name, and I'm saving it as a list. So if there is some duplicate name, it will remove, and now you are getting a unique name, right? There is a caveat here is, even if it will show you your name as well. So that's a known thing. And I will again encourage you guys, go ahead, look for the code and try to modify the code so that you can remove your name from the list. Now you see this line, what I'm doing is I'm sorting the name and making it case insensitive sorting. So for that, I'm using a lambda function here, and I'm calling this on this viewer name list dot short. So each of this value will be here one by one called, and it will be in upper value, and it will be saved in this viewer name list. So now I'm just printing here like how many values I got. So this is a list, right? So I have to write length of this list so that you will see like this many number of viewers have visited your LinkedIn profile today. And now what I'm doing is, for full name in viewer name list, I'm just counting it and printing it like one dot and the full name from here. So this list will be printed. Now let's save it. And let's run this program. Python 3, LinkedIn profile, and instead of offline, first I will go like without any argument. You see, it is catching that, and it is saying it needs at least an argument, and Python is script name online or offline. If it is online, after that you don't have to pass anything. If it is offline, you have to pass the page source, right? Any name you have saved it. So now let's say I will pass the wrong value, like by mistake I wrote something like this. So again, it is telling the different error from this one, right? It should be either online or offline as an argument. So you need to pass in that format. So now I will pass online. So it is asking for my username password. Let's say I'm using my username and um password something, and then it saves it, and then it will show you the list. Well, I'm not showing the list because it will show some name, and it will be against the data privacy. So I'm not showing any name here, but you can try the same code and see if you are getting the result. If you're not getting the result, please ask in the comment with your detailed error. So far, you have faced any issues or any challenges while running this script, you can ask in our comment. So now let's try offline. So what I need to do is I need to just type Python 3 LinkedIn offline, and I have saved my LinkedIn profile here like this. And if I print it, you see it is showing me 13 viewers have seen your list. And these are the some names, right? Again, I'm not showing the name here. So this way you can run this script. So I hope it was easy to understand the code. And if you have not understand any part of the code, please ask in the comment and I will try to explain again. I will also share the fully working code in description. I will again request you guys, if you have not liked and shared or also subscribed to our channel, please do it so that I can create more such videos for you. Now let's get back to the presentation. So as I told you, if you run more often, LinkedIn will send you a mail something like this. So please be careful, and I will encourage like use it for offline mode, and online mode you can test it once or twice. So what are all the extra thing you can do here? Well, what you can do is you can save every day's visitors using a cron job. Like you run this script every time automatically and save the list per day for 30 days or for 90 days. And then in that 90 days, you can see who all have visited your profile regularly on last 7 days, last 10 days, last 30 days. So these things also you can do that you can try as your homework. So you can again follow Flexmind in different social channels. You can follow me as well in different social channels. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know if this video was helpful for you and you learned something. I would encourage to comment your feedback so that it will encourage me to create more videos like this. And if you have anything in your mind like you want me to cover in Python or AWS or cloud computing, cloud security, please write that in comment and I will try to create those videos